In the days when Israel had no king and the people did what was right in their own eyes, there arose a man whose strength was unmatched, a warrior unlike any before him. His name was Samson, born to a barren woman through the promise of an angel. From his birth he was chosen, a Nazirite dedicated to God. No razor was to touch his head, for his uncut hair was a symbol of his covenant, and through it God's Spirit would stir within him. Samson grew tall and powerful, his might feared by enemies and revered by his people. The Spirit of the Lord would come upon him with power, enabling him to perform feats beyond human ability. Tearing a lion apart with his bare hands, striking down entire battalions of Philistines with nothing but the jawbone of a donkey. His strength was legendary, his courage fierce, and his destiny seemingly unshakable. Yet, despite his calling, Samson was a man of passion. His heart often strayed toward forbidden paths, and he fell for women from the very people who oppressed Israel, the Philistines. His desires led him into tangled alliances and reckless encounters, each one pulling him closer to the edge of ruin. It was in the valley of Sorek that he met Delilah, a woman whose beauty captivated him and whose presence consumed his thoughts. Unknown to Samson, Delilah had been approached by the Philistine rulers. They offered her silver, an immense fortune, if she could uncover the secret of Samson's strength. With charm and persistence, Delilah began her pursuit. "Tell me, my love," she would whisper, "where does your great strength come from? How could you be bound and subdued?" 3 times Samson tricked her, giving false answers, and each time she tested his claims, binding him with ropes, weaving his hair into a loom, but he broke free effortlessly. Yet Delilah was relentless. Day after day she pressed him, and her persistence wore him down. Finally, weary and vulnerable, Samson opened his heart. "No razor has ever touched my head," he confessed. "If my hair is cut, I will lose my strength and become like any other man." That night, as he slept in her lap, Delilah called for a man to shave his hair. The locks that symbolized his covenant fell to the floor. The Spirit of the Lord departed from him, and when the Philistines came, Samson could not resist them. They seized him, gouged out his eyes, and dragged him away in chains. Blinded and broken, Samson was taken to Gaza, where he was made to grind grain in prison. A fallen hero turned spectacle. The Philistines rejoiced. Their great enemy had been defeated, and they attributed their victory to Dagon, their false god. In triumph, they gathered for a grand festival in Dagon's temple, mocking Samson and bringing him out to entertain them. But as the crowd jeered, Samson prayed, his voice low but resolute. "Sovereign Lord," he cried, "remember me. Please strengthen me one more time, that I may avenge myself on the Philistines for my eyes." Led by a servant to the pillars of the temple, Samson grasped them with his hands. "Let me die with the Philistines," he said. Then, with all his might, he pushed. The temple shook, the pillars cracked, and the roof collapsed, killing thousands, including Samson himself. In his final act, Samson achieved a greater victory in death than in life. His name would be remembered not only for his strength, but for his redemption. For though he had strayed,